Surprise, motherfucker! What's up? This is your friendly neighborhood VENGER SATANIS, and I've been making Chalt X cards. For those who don't know what those are, briefly, instead of traditional safety tool X cards, where you hold up an X card, I guess, I've never seen it in action, just heard about it on social media. Hold up an X card, and then it like kind of stops proceedings, and the game master, I don't know, like skips over whatever is currently happening because it gives one or more players the willies or something. Anyway, what I did is I created. There's a total of 8 cards now, and a player can hold that up. One of the cards that's just kind of in the middle of the table. If they want the current or upcoming scene or encounter or moment or what have you to be more in line with Chult, to be more eldritch, gonzo, science fantasy, post-apocalypse, humorous, sleazy, pop culture references, and grindhouse exploitation. And then the game master does that if the player who held up the card has something in mind specifically. They are free to mention it. If the game master can't think of anything off the top of his head and doesn't rely on some sort of chart or random table, then maybe he'll ask the player for ideas or around the table. I like to do that. I don't think it's breaking immersion. It just reinforces the idea that the entire play group, the entire table, is co-narrating the story in real time, with the game master acting as, I don't know, the head writer. And he, facilitates with his godlike power, how things go and how they're adjudicated and, all things like that. And anyway, getting to it, so that's what Chult X cards are. I bought a bunch of heavy card stock cards, and you can see here. I think you can see. Okay, so I got a bunch of them, and I thought about first. I drew some stuff on it, and then I painted it and used a bunch of different mediums, like some gloss gel and acrylic glazing stuff and different paints. And then on the other side, I haven't done too much on that. You got the Cortalis Metasigil. And these, I don't know how it's going to turn out, to be honest. I've never done quite anything like this because this is just heavy cardstock. Like a note card. But that gave me, but then you can do cool things with the paint and create textures and obviously the colors and the form. Sometimes I smear stuff. Sometimes I drip or I do that, and then all the color kind of hits the thing I'm working on. So I don't know if this is going to turn out because paint on cardstock. I'm kind of doing it in layers. I'm hoping that will allow the structural integrity to remain true. But that gave me an idea that why don't I order cards that are actually like wood, very thin, like 4-inch by 6-inch wooden cards, and those I can paint to my heart's content, and I don't have to worry about the flimsiness or ripping or the material deteriorating. So I think that's going to be really cool because then I can go wild with thicker paints and use more stuff and more mediums and use stuff that's a little bit more watery that would just eat through cardstock. And I can keep working on it and keep layering, and I can just go nuts. So that's what I did. I just placed an Amazon order for some 4x6, 2mm wood cards. And I should get those in a couple days. And then I'm going to do that. So, and this is one of the things that I try to remember myself, but also when I'm talking to people, other gamers that come to me for advice or whatever, I try to tell them, I just feel this is a teachable moment, because even if these don't work at all and these just turn out, let's say they don't turn out, let's say they're just crappy. My experimenting with these gave me the idea and the motivation to do something similar on a different thing. So a similar project, but like different materials or using a different medium, a different canvas, if you will. So my philosophy is almost no creative work is truly wasted if you're committed to the cause and you just want to, put out something special, put out your best work, do something that you and other people will be proud of or remember or will use and have great fun using. So if I hadn't done this, even though this might turn out to be a failure, this gave me the idea to use something heavier that will work with acrylic paint, like the wood that I'm getting soon. So I never think of it as a total waste. So even if I'm working on an adventure, or random table or a new role-playing game or something like that, even if that shit doesn't really come together and ultimately it's a failed project, you can almost always take bits and pieces or ideas from that failed project and extrapolate and implement them over here on some new project where it will flourish. So try not to get discouraged and don't give up hope. Never give up hope. And just keep creating, just keep trucking. It's all good. I will put another update when I have the wooden cards and these are fully dry and I've done everything I want to do with them. And I'll give you, I'll let you know what happened, if this is a failure or not. And then I can't wait to start painting the wooden cards, because I think feel-wise and look-wise, they're going to be fantastic, because when I'm all done, I'm going to put a nice varnish on it to seal it and keep it nice. And then I'll have those cards for every, I can bring them to conventions like VengerCon and next March is GaryCon. Maybe GameholeCon one day if they stop being woke and encouraging the colonization of our hobby with the LGBTQ IAP two spirits cosine tilde atomic sign for boron, etc. Okay, that's it. Going into the tunnel.